Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Pause and Effect on Air. I'm your host CJ, and today I'm doing more game development. Game Dev Thursday is happening as normal. Let me go ahead and get the music started. Just gonna keep doing what I've been doing, play a song on repeat a whole bunch until I get tired and decide to move on to something else. Okay, so this is about where I was in the series. Let me just jump back in. I do actually also need to check something before I continue on. Okay. So that is set up as normal. Alright.
Alright, welcome back to the Mega Man-like miniseries. Today we're going to add a new weapon. It's going to be similar to the cutter shot that was in the original NES Mega Man. This one we're going to use boomerang though. We're going to do a boomerang shot. And you're only going to be able to throw a couple in the air at a time and all that good stuff. So with that said, let's get started. Alright, so this is where we left off last time, where we were in the player gun and we basically made a charge shot for the basic bullet. Now what we're going to do is we're actually going to make a new weapon just right here, and then eventually we're going to differentiate it with a switcher and all that stuff. But for right now,
My God, engine, stop loading.
So we're going to go into the resources here,
Hold on.
and then eventually we're going to differentiate it with a switcher and all that stuff. But for right now, we're just going to make the new weapon. So we're going to go into the resources here. We're going to add the bullet first. All right, so this is our.
That's the wrong one. Oh wait, it should already be here. Okay, I've already got it.
Boomerang bullet. But along with the bullet, we actually have to add some new sprites for our player. We have to add a boomerang, like how Mega Man would change skins, basically different colors. That's what we're gonna do similarly with Noobbot.
Yeah, I already
and what's
have
important
everything
to know about these is that I have a normal boomerang where he's in his normal state, just a different color, and then I also have the boomerang attack, and you can see that the attack is different, and this is mainly just to show that you can have differing attacks, you can have differing colors. So much is possible with this kind of a setup.
Yep.
So I do need to change these. I think it was 5 and 3. That's correct. And once again, just to reiterate, they're all in the same positions and they're centered in the sprite cell. So now we can go to the animations. We can go to our player, we can click on animation settings, and now we can start to add a couple more tabs. So this.
Okay, hold on. How did you do that? As a Jolly, welcome to the stream.
We can go to our player, we can click on animation settings, and now we can start to add a couple more tabs. So this third tab, we're going to.
Animation settings. Okay, so sheet 1 is standard player movement. Sheet 2 is standard player attacking. Blue movement, and this is going to be blue attack.
Say is just the normal boomerang weapon, and then the fourth tab we'll say is the boomerang attacking.
Yep.
And now that we're getting quite a bit of tabs, it's always a good idea to have your notes here. So
oh, that's a good idea actually. Animation settings, so notes, Aizawa, welcome to the stream. Player movement sprites, standard buster. Oh. Sheet 1. Sheet 1, player movement sprites, standard buster. Sheet 2, player movement sprites. No, player attacking sprites. You've decided you want to change identities again? To what? Something else in the My Hero Academia universe? Sheet 4, player attacking Alexander Hamilton. Oy vey. I'd almost... I mean, like, do whatever you want. I personally would almost prefer Shota Aizawa to Alexander Hamilton, but do you? You know what? Just to be proactive, I may also add in the red ones. That's not it. There. Sheet 5, player, movement, sprites, bomb. Sheet 6, player attacking sprites, bomb. That makes sense.
We could say that animation set 1 equals the basic normal, then animation set 2 equals the basic attacking, animation set 3 then equals the we'll say boomerang normal, and then animation set 4 equals the boomerang attack, and we will list so on and so on as this list gets bigger. Alright, so and now that we have that, it's very straightforward. We can click and we can see that there it is in the 3 and there it is in the 4. So not much we're going to have to do in the way of changing any of these animations. It's already set up, and this is why a process like this is so nice. You look, we only have 3 motions, and yet we're getting all this mileage out of our sets by using the logic to switch the animation sets instead of the object actions to specifically go to these different animations. Now, before we actually get into the logic, we do need to set up the animation for the weapon. Now, we can actually put the weapon in here and it would probably work just fine. However, sometimes it might be easier to just have it in its own separate animation. It's really up to personal preference. So here I'm going to say the weapon 2, which is the boomerang, and I'm going to add the boomerang.
Okay, so add animation, call it weapon 2 boomerang. That should be good. Yeah, collision detection seems about right. Wall detection. There was a way. Right.
Ring. And we're going to center it, and I'm definitely going to make sure that I center this because we're going to be using rotation. And here, actually, let me remove these wall detections and collision detection so we can see really nice. I'm going to center it. If If I kept the center right here, we're going to be utilizing the rotation, and you can see that it rotates around the center. So we want to make sure that the center is actually in the center, so when we rotate it, it's actually rotating from a proper position of the sprite. Okay, so now that we have that, it's just going to be a simple, this is going to be the, we'll just say seeking, and this is going to be it. It's just going to be rotating.
What did he name that? Seeking? Yeah, seeking, rotating. Jenny, welcome to the stream.
So we're going to have this looping, and we're going to use linear interpolation for this. Basically, we want the goal.
Wait, what did he do?
Of this, and so the goal of it is going to be, if we want it to do a 360 or a full circle, then we're going to get to a 360. So we want it to be 360 is going to be the goal, and what we're going to do is give it some time to get there. So we're going to say within 10 frames it's going to linear interpolate, and I got a video on this if you need some more clarification, but basically this is the frame of before is going to be the interpolator, and then the frame is, the next frame is going to be the goal, and you would need that for as many frames as you have. In this one, it should be a very simple one where I start at 0 and then I rotate 360 circle in 10 frames, and then since 360 and 0 are technically the same,
Oh.
I can loop back and it's gonna look the same. So if I, for instance, if I play test this, you can see that it just spins, and it spins pretty normally.
Wait, where's the looping thing? Oh, infinite loop. Spin to win! Oh, I love it. Nice.
Now that might be a little quick, so
You started Lights Out on the podcast? Lights Out, that sounds really familiar. Did we talk about that at one point?
Add 12 frames. And we'll see how that looks, actually. So we'll just keep it for right now. All right, so I got the animation for the boomerang set up. Now,
Hold on. He said something about...
so if I, for instance, if I play test this, you can see that it just spins, and it spins pretty normally. Now that might be a little quick, so I'll just add 12 frames. And we'll see how that looks, actually. So we'll just keep it for right now. All right, so I got the animation for the boomerang set up. Now we can actually make... and I'll just do this where I copy and paste the basic here. I'll rename it though. I'll rename it to boomerang. I don't even know if I'm spelling boomerang right, but
Change name. Weapon 2. Boomerang.
we'll just say, yeah, weapon 1, and it's not weapon 1, it's actually weapon 2. Then we'll go into object settings. Still player attack, that's good, but we want it to be the W2.
Object settings. Yes.
Boomerang now. So we'll click OK. And we will select the seeking. And that should be all that we need to set up this bullet. So now we can go to our player.
Hold up. Okay, it's not affected by gravity. Is that what he did?
So we'll click OK. And we will select the seeking. And that should be all that we need to set up this bullet. So now we can go to our player gun, to our bullet settings.
Okay, so bullet settings. Right. W2. Boomerang.
Let's take the normal one here. And right here, I will say weapon.
Oh, wait, I see what he did. I assume this isn't going to break anything. Set bullet object, boomerang. After your Hamilton phase, you're changing into your OC, and that's what it'll stay like, I swear. All right, fair enough.
Into boomerang. Select the object, and in this one we'll say we'll take this off, and we'll say actually there can only
I think
be
he only
three
set it
on
to
the
3
scene at a given time. So we're actually going to set a limit on this one. So now we can actually go into the action programs and actually start to make the logic for it. So first I'm going to change this ready for input because this is actually more specific now. It's actually ready to fire basic bullet, or just basic. We'll say that.
Ready to fire basic.
I'm also going to color it so that it kind of represents that this is its own little action island or something. Then I'm going to copy and paste this over here, and I'm going to say ready to fire, ready for fire, that doesn't, ready to fire
Boomerang.
boomerang. And this one ready to fire basic. There we go. All right, so this one is actually the ready to fire boomerang. And since we are ready to fire the boomerang, see, eventually we're going to have a switcher that will switch from basic to boomerang. And so, but that's going to be the next video. But since we know that we are going to have a point where we are on a boomerang, then we want to make sure that our change animation set for the normal appearance is.
Oh, yeah. Actually, hold up.
Is also changed, and that was set 3.
Oh, right. I get it. Right, I see. Changing the animation set to set 3 because listed under player animations, if I set it like 3 is the blue color for the player for when the boomerang is equipped. Right, that makes more sense.
All right, so set 3. And just to test this, I'm just going to make this the default action, and then we're going to play test. And now my character should be blue now, which he is.
All right, let's see. Where's my playtest button? Here we are. Is it gonna pop up in the corner again? Is it gonna corner box me? Yep, it totally is. You wonder where Pickle is right now? Pickle typically doesn't show up to these streams until like maybe an hour from now. Alexander Hamilton. But either way, I'm blue, dabba dee, dabba die. Look at that. just gotta... I do sincerely wonder if I can just copy paste like everything. You haven't seen Caramel in a while. Hope he's doing okay. SC Jolly, Caramel popped up on Discord earlier. We talked for a bit, not necessarily about where he's been, but he jumped in when I started fangirling about Hollow Knight Silksong. They're all right. Well, I said he, but they. Like, they're fine. At least I'm pretty sure. Well, I guess people can identify as both he and they. Like, I know someone whose preferred pronouns are was, were. That is an experience to try to work around.
Now, I can't fire or anything because I'm actually in this action right now. I don't have any access to this. But I am blue, and so change animation set worked. Alright, and now we need to add, so here, I'll just get it to where we can fire first. So in the gun here. So we're going to just fire this bullet. So we'll say fire weapon 2 boomerang. We're going to change it to fire the boomerang, and we're going to say when X is pressed, because this one can be when it's pressed.
Following has been input X on press.
And we'll just leave it like this for now. And then we'll say that the out one is going to be after a certain amount of time. And we'll just say something like a 0.15 or like a 0.2 works good. For now.
Let me see something.
And then we'll say that the out one is going to be after a certain amount of time. And we'll just say something like a 0.15 or like a 0.2.
.2.
Works good. Now the only thing that we want to do is when we fire the boomerang, we actually want to change the animation set. And by the way,
there. Okay, maybe that'll work. Okay, so this works.
By the way, this weapon and the fire version of this is 4, so we're going to change it to 4. But by the way, this weapon is just going to be a simple one. You're just going to throw these in like a circular pattern, which we haven't made the circular pattern yet. And then it's going to go back to normal. So we don't want like the cannon to always be out. We want him, because you'll see that he has a little throwing animation. So now when I press X, he throws it. So it's kind of cool. Right now you can see the weapons are rotating and it looks pretty good. And then he can throw it from jumping, and he can throw it while running. But in this kind of a weapon setup, it does look good when the arm goes back in. It looks like he's constantly throwing it. So I want to keep it like this. So really,
so do I.
As far as firing this bullet, very simple. So now let's actually get into setting up the actual bullet logic. Okay, so since we copied and pasted it, we have this, the seek and the destroy as normal. I'm gonna get rid of the destroy, or actually no, I'll just get rid of the link right now. And I'll move destroy down here. We're actually gonna need a little bit more to this process. And we're gonna have to, first off, we're gonna have to check what direction, player direction check. So we're gonna have to check what direction the player is facing. And that's gonna lead us to 2 options. So this will be throw.
I see how this works. Direction left. Direction right. I bet I know how to link this. Contact, 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 contact. Hits an attack, distance with attack, distance with other object, face to face, dot, 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 dot. No. HP 0. Execute script, contact with slope, jump peak reached. Set switcher variable, that's not exactly it. Not set, object self, parent object, child object. Okay, then I have no idea.
Left. And actually I'll just do this.
Throw left. Throw right.
This one will say throw right. And the link to that is going to be very simple. We're going to have a link, and it's going to be if the switch variable of the player, and specifically their display direction, if it equals to 90, which in a degree is 0.
Oh, set variable. Oh, okay. Set variable, player, single, display direction. Equals 90.
Zero, 360 is up, 90 is right, 180s down, and then 270s left. So if it's equal to 90, then it's going to throw it right. If it's equal to
90 is right. So then 270.
Then it's going to equal left. All right, now that's great. We know what direction to throw it, but how exactly are we going to get that curved shape? And so we're going to do that by utilizing a different move type, right? If you go to the moving and jumping tab, you can see the move type. And usually, well, actually all objects will start on basic, but there are two other move types here as well. You got a tank and a vehicle movement, and they're both the same actually. The only difference between tank and vehicle is that tank has to be moving in order to turn, or sorry, the other way around. Vehicle has to be moving in order to turn, where tank can kind of turn on the spot without moving. Huh. So if you click on one of these, you can see over here on the control settings, you can have a move forward, move backwards, turn left, turn right, right? So it turns.
Oh, that's handy. That's handy if I want to make a tank shooter.
Now, these parameters don't matter. It's these ones that you want. This right here, back and forth moving and turning parameters. These are the ones that are going to govern your actual turning movement for tank and vehicle. So I'm going to up the speed a bit. We'll just go 6.6.
Forward and backward movements 6.6. Yeah.
If you had acceleration, this is where you would add that. And then I'm going to leave the turning rotation speeds just to 1, and we will change them in the actions. Because see,
no, wait, go back. Allied Master Computer, welcome to the stream. Okay, normal move parameters, horizontal and vertical are 6 and 6. Accelerated movement parameters 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. 6, 6, 1, 1, 1. Left rotation, right rotation. Excuse me. 1 and 1.
Speeds just to 1, and we will change them in the actions. Because see, in the actions here, you can actually change them right here, along with as you can like jump speed and horizontal. So that's what we'll do here. All right, so let's set up the right throw first. So once we find the player's direction, we're going to start the curve upward. And so we're going to start manually moving this bullet, which is going to take any bullet setting movement that was pre-assigned, and it's going to throw it out the window. You're basically going to override it. So how we're going to do that is we want to arc it, because you'll notice at the beginning of the video it has a nice circular arc to it. So we're going to arc it first by changing its direction. And so we're going to click on set move direction and move.
Set move direction and move. Wait, hold on. Which one is he doing?
Which is going to take any bullet setting movement that...
Wait.
was pre-assigned, and it's going to throw it out the window. You're basically going to override it. So how we're going to do that is we want to arc it, because you'll notice at the beginning of the video it has a nice circular arc to it. So we're going to arc it first by changing its direction. And so we're going to click on set move direction and move, and this is how we can simply set the direction. Because it's tank and or vehicle movement, the turning is in degrees, so you can actually have a direction of 28.07 if you wanted. But for this arc, we're actually just going to arc it about a 30-degree angle. So that's going to be its starting direction. And then we're just going to hit OK. So we set the direction, and then instantly we're going to start turning it. And how we do that is with back and forth moving and turning. So we're going to first propel it forward, and then we're going to start turning it right. So what this is going to do is, remember, we set the 30-degree angle. It's going to set 30 degree, then it's going to start moving forward, because this is just like template move setting, where once you set this, it will keep going between all the actions until you set none. So this is kind of like, it's similar to that. So we set the angle at 30 degrees. It's going to start moving forward and turning right at the same time. So you can see how there's an arc to it right there. So we're going to hit OK. And we're also going to change the turning speed. We'll say 200% right here. And about 75 we'll say on the vertical speed right here. Okay. So that's the initial set angle.
Hold on. Let me see that again.
Okay. And we're also going to change the turning speed. We'll say 200% right here. And about 75 we'll say on the vertical speed right here.
Okay.
Okay. So that's the initial set angle, and then the turn, go forward and start turn right. Then what we're going to do is we're going to say circle left to player. So this is going to be a circle. It's going to start heading its way back to player. So we're going to add a link, and then we're going.
Circle left to player. I want to see what that looks like first and foremost. Huh. That's interesting. That's actually kind of cool. And now I'm starting to see how Leaf Shield works in Mega Man 2. And also Skullman's weapon from Mega Man 4. Huh. You know what? I wonder. Hold on. Gonna close this. Get ready to fire boomerang. Change animation set. Fire W2 boomerang. Yeah, this has the capacity to be utterly hilarious, I feel. But how? But how would I set that up? I think I have a general idea. Hold on. So, what I need to do so copy that, paste it here. Extra shield. Hold on, shield boomerang. I'll just call it shield rang. Huh? Wait. Wait. Where the hell is my... I'll just get rid of that. Copy. Paste. One, two. But actually, we're going to set this not to going off camera after a certain time passes. Let's do 5 seconds. Actually, wait. I'm gonna keep this in the back of my head, but I should probably watch the rest of this.
Going to add a condition of just after, and then the turn, go forward and start turn right. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna say circle left to player. So this is going to be a circle. It's going to start heading its way back to player. So we're going to add a link, and then we're going to add a condition of just after a certain amount of time. And this will be, we'll just say like 0.2 seconds.
0.2.
Right, so in this state, we can actually get rid of all of this because we're already set to turn right, which could technically come back to the player. But what we want to do is actually just up the turning speed. So we'll grab this and up it to say 500. Now let's just see what this does, okay? So we're going to throw right, and it's going to circle. It'll end up circling back to player. So now if I throw it, you can see that it arcs. It starts at 30% arc, and then you can also see that at... So now if I throw it, you can see that it arcs. It starts at 30%
Wait, we did exactly the same thing. Did I miss something? Okay, something is being weird here. What if I turned that off for a moment? Alright, which one's being the weird one? That's really strange. What if I did both of these? Hold on, what are his settings? 100, 75, 100, 500. Is it something in here? This is so weird.
And then you can also add a link.
Did I miss something?
So this is kind of like, it's similar to that. So we set the angle at 30 degrees. It's going to start moving forward and turning right at the same time. So you can see how there's an arc to it right there. So we're going to hit OK. And we're also going to change the turning speed. We'll say 200% right here. And about 75, we'll say.
Is there something in moving and jumping? What if I did that? Yeah, that doesn't work. Okay, that's what I want. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking for, but maybe I'll tune those down to 4. 4 each. Yeah. Okay, I'll tune those up to 5. Turn those back down to 6. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Stay on the vertical speed set. So this is going to be a circle. It's going to start heading its way back to player. So we're going to add a link, and then we're going to add a condition of just after a certain amount of time, and this will be, we'll just say like 0.2 seconds. All right, so in this state we can actually get rid of all of this because we we're already set to turn right, which
Ow.
could technically come back to the player. But what we want to do is actually just up the turning speed. So we'll grab this and up it to say 500. Now let's just see what this does, okay? So we're going to throw right, and it's going to
already tested. I know what it's doing.
Circling back to player. So now if I throw it, you can see that it arcs. It starts at 30% arc, and then you can also see that at some point it starts to turn even sharper. All right. So at some point we do want it to return to the player. So let's work on that next. And actually we're going to name this to turn right faster. So we know that it's turning right faster. That just makes more sense. So the next state that we need is we're going to need a return to player. And really, we just are going to wait another certain amount of time. And then in here, we're going to use template move setting, and we're going.
Okay, how did he set that link? What did he do?
And really, we just are going to.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay, paste.
Wait another certain amount of time. And then in here, we're going to use template move setting, and we're going to say move object back to the player group. Now, this is one of those reasons why it was important to differentiate these objects, so that we can simply just say player group, move towards, and it will move to the player. And so we'll hit OK there. And now we can kind of see more what it will do here. So we're going to fire it. And you can see that it wasn't long enough. So let's adjust that, making sure that it's long enough. And it's in this link right here. So we'll see, we'll put it at about a 0.7. Let's see what 0.7 looks like. And it should make a nice circular arc. And then it just heads right back to the player.
All right, well, let me see if that works. Okay, they just stay on the player. Got it. So, add link to destroy. There's got to be something in here. Point 1 maybe? Okay, too short. Maybe 0.4? Nah, maybe slightly shorter than that. Maybe 0.35. Nope. Zero 0.25? Oh, that's perfect. Yeah. Okay, that works actually. That's perfect. Ah, I'm slowly but surely getting this engine. I like that. Turn left faster. Oh, but I need to... Well, let me test this out and see how it goes. Yeah, that's what I thought. So if it's 30, then 330. Then left turn? Maybe I'm getting a little ahead of the tutorial. Oh no, hold on, that still works. Ugh, excuse me. Yep. Yep. That is perfect. Hit and attack detection. I definitely need to remember to set these as ore. Hits and attack detection or contact with a wall or after certain time passes. So any one of these things can happen. get the feeling this... Okay, let me see. Okay, definitely not. Maybe I want to set it to player attack. Is that what I need to do? Let's find out, shall we? No. Going off camera, object is buried in a wall. I don't know enough about locked to know exactly what that means. Is there a touching player condition? Object ID, HP, max HP, min attack, max attack, crit boost, crit rate, receive damage rate, damage spread, attack attribute area detection, X, Y, coordinate position, display direction, scale X, scale Y, X direction speed, Y direction speed, movement speed. Okay. Horizontal, vertical movement, horizontal, vertical acceleration, horizontal, vertical max movement, horizontal, vertical deacceleration, initial jump speed, player detection. That probably doesn't do what I want it to do. I'm gonna leave it here and see what he says.
And you don't even notice that it's actually changing player. Now I can't throw any more because I can only have 3 on the scene. You can also see they're really spazzing out at the player location, so we do need to destroy them. Now we're going to destroy them by creating a field of vision.
Oh?
And we're going to name this one player in range. We're actually will say destroy range. There we go.
Oh.
Destroy range.
Wait, I messed something up here.
And we're just gonna see where this falls. We'll give it a radius of 8 and we'll leave it selected right here so that we can see it. And when we hit play test, oh, preview is what I meant. When we hit
Pickle, welcome to the stream. All right, let's see. That certainly added a strange circle to my shit. Did it do that for his?
Throw it in there. And you can see that's about right. Maybe we'll just go a little bit more. We'll say 10. We'll preview that. There, that looks good. All right, now I can take the apply select the color off. That way we do not see it anymore. And now our destroy state, that's exactly what it can be now. Now we can be if on page 1, if we discover other objects in the destroy range, and that other object is
discovered other objects? Oh.
Just going to be the player group. So we could do
Wait, I wonder. All right, this works. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. That's perfect. There. Yeah, that condition. What are those things? Boomerangs? Yes, SC Jolly. That's exactly what they are. Okay, so boomerang, that's about right. So, knowing what I know now, do I think I'm confident enough to like do one by myself? I'm gonna call this Weapon 3 Bomb. You're doing work in the background, by the way? Oh, not bad. That's not it. Bullet B, bullet bomb. Okay, I think I get it. And while I work on this, I'm going to change the song. I already got a good one lined up. Gonna see about attempting to do this myself. I'm going to set this to throwing. There. Why does it look ever so slightly off center? Am I crazy? No. Okay, so weapon 3, bomb. Throwing... I'm just going to call this arc. Copy, paste. Exploding. So I'm going to set that at 3 frames. So then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait, I messed up somewhere. Okay, the second one is supposed to be the third. This third one is supposed to be the fourth. This fourth one is supposed to be the fifth. 2, 3. Okay, so 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, okay, 6. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. There, that's good. All right, so what does this look like? It looks like a very smooth explosion, but I need it to be faster. So if I set every single frame to 2, oh, you know what? That's pretty good. Yeah, I kind of like that. All right. So it's like I'm throwing a very small orange bomb So then under objects, under player gun, so add object, W3 bomb. Oh, select animation, weapon 3 bomb. Actually, instead of just making one from scratch, it's probably better that I just copy paste event again. Change name. W3 bomb. Object settings. Weapon 3 bomb, yes. Whoops. So instead of going off camera, after a certain time passes, time 1 second. Is there a play animation? Back and forth movement. Lock object, release lock, generate object, change object, move object, push pull object. So I think I'm actually going to rename this Bomb Blob. Oh wait, don't I need to... Well, first things first. Ready to fire bomb. Change animation set to 5. Fire W3 bomb. So 6. Select bullet. Wait. Oh, right. Set bullet object, W3 bomb. I'll do 2 for this one. Fire bullet, W3 bomb. Oh, oops. It's the wrong object. this needs to be the bomb. There. So if I set that as the default action... Look, I'm red now. Oh, you know what? Is it because I didn't set it? Right, under moving and jumping, it needs to be tank. One, two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this might be alright. Back to the tutorial. I don't know. It's definitely being odd. Folks are hyped about the Silk Song announcement. Oh yeah, I am too. Because it has been a long... it's been a very long 7 years. Because... originally, Silk Song was supposed to be DLC for Hollow Knight. It was supposed to be the final DLC for Hollow Knight. Because Hollow Knight originally went to Kickstarter. I don't remember specifically when. But everybody is... it raised enough money to get 3 instances of DLC. The first one that added a bunch of quality of life upgrades. The second one that added the Grim Troop, I think. A third one that I can't remember specifically what it added. The fourth one that added the... either that or it's the third one that added the Godmaster DLC. And then there was supposed to be a fourth or fifth one that set up a miniature campaign where folks could play as Hornet, the character that you fight like twice within the game, who's like constantly testing you and crap. Okay. Yeah, this makes sense. That's why. That's why I had to recenter everything. Why don't you want to move? There. Yeah, okay. Okay, now what was I saying? So... Right, so Hollow Knight Silksong. So originally it was just supposed to be a very short campaign. However, they kept having like too many ideas for like what to do with the game. So instead of making it a DLC or relegating it to a DLC, they just decided to make it its own thing. Silksong. So that it ended up becoming Silksong, and then the rest is history. Okay, I'm realizing now I need to, yeah. I feel like I need to add a fall command here. Add action. It's gonna have a jumping animation. Add link. Other condition settings. Oh. object player. No, this isn't quite what I'm looking for. Contact direction with wall detection. What's the difference between the two? Set as condition if object's wall collision detection is touching the tile in a specific direction. Set as condition if when the object moves one tile, its wall detection is touching the wall in the specified direction. Set as condition if object's wall detection is touching another object's wall detection in the specified direction. Player, single. I'm trying to figure out if there's nothing under the player. No, you know what? I probably shouldn't mess with any of this yet. I'm actually going to add action explode. That's what she said? What? Pickle, I blinked and missed it. Add link. After certain time passes, 0 point. It's releasing sooner than everyone expected. Oh, how was that? That's what she said. I don't get it. Okay, wait. So 60 frames is 1 second. So it's 20 frames. So that's like a third of a second. I'm going to set it to 0.35 just to be safe. Wait. You know, I don't think I'm necessarily feeling this song anymore. Like, I love it, but it has its moments. Yeah, maybe I'll go through the queue, see what else is here. No. Nope. Sure. Premature evacuation. Wow, okay. Okay, Pickle, I see you. Oh, hold on, that was weird. Yeah, this can't be affected by gravity. Yeah, you know what? I think it's exploding too slow. Back into animations. Okay. So this is about 10 frames. So 10 divided by 60, that is like... That's 1/6, so that's like 0.165. Makes sense. Yep. All right. Yeah, that works a lot better. What if I set it here? No, wait, no. Also, what is this song? Oh, it's from Street Fighter 6. I'm gonna set that to 0.5 actually. So I'm actually going to call this direction check. Lob bomb left. Lob bomb right. Change variable player single. Wait, I don't think this is it. Oh, right. It's in the link. Oh, it was there. Okay. Oh, I do need this then. Okay, delete that. Wait, these need to be not affected by gravity. So, add link. Switch variable changes. Player. Display direction equals 270. Okay, paste link here. Set that to 90. Caramel, welcome to the stream. Kinda late for you across the pond, but doesn't matter. I just see Silk Song! Go, hi CJ, I've been shouting Silk Song through the house all day after that trailer. Yeah, I'm happy for you. I'm happy that that like everybody's excited. I'm also super excited. And that's even despite the fact that I made a meme the other day, because among one of my friend groups, when the announcement for Silk Song happened, I was just like, when the announcement that Silk Song was getting an announcement for Thursday happened, which was today, so this was on Tuesday, I remember making a meme just like, please God, let Silk Song be canceled because it would be so fucking funny. But I'm very happy to see I got proven wrong there. 325. Set this to 200. Actually, I wonder if this'll set it so that it explodes once it hits the floor. I mean, I'll see. Interesting. .5. Hello? You're off to bed? Alright, Jenny, have a good rest of your night, and I will hopefully catch you on tomorrow's stream. I am playing Super Mario Odyssey some more. See you soon. Let's see. Oh, is that why? Huh. Okay, weird. Yeah, I think I'm keeping this on for a little while. Yeah. Guilty Gear had some really good music pre-Guilty Gear Strive. Strive just absolutely fucked everything up. I say that knowing that there's a couple songs on the Strive soundtrack that I actually really like, but no, Strive, like, I'm not gonna lie, Strive ruined everything. Used to love playing Guilty Gear, then Strive turned out to be the hottest mess imaginable. And it's impossible. Like, it's so dumbed down to the point that it's impossible to play it the way I normally would an older or earlier Guilty Gear game, and it is God, I just don't like it. I really don't. Hold on, I gotta stretch my shoulder a bit. Shit. Okay. Oh, is that why? I don't understand why it doesn't want to move. Huh. You know, if I adjust something here, so under bullet settings, yeah, this could be a little interesting. Because even though this doesn't work how I wanted it to, I've somehow created Morph Ball bombs from Metroid. My attempt to actually do this on my own actually yielded an unexpected result. Chad, are you proud of me? Like, even though it's not firing, like, it's still setting. It's still setting, it's still exploding. It's pretty much a Morph Ball bomb. Yeah, it's still a Morph Ball bomb. That's actually kind of funny. Yeah, half a second is like a bit too short of an interval for a Morph Ball bomb to explode. Okay. Wait. We'll be back in an hour. Alright, Pickle, have fun. No idea if I'll even still be live in an hour, but we'll find out. There.
Either the player group, or if we were thinking maybe we'll have something else as player group, we could select the actual player object itself. So we'll just leave it like that, that's fine. and that's going to be the destroy. So now if we played and we throw one, it comes back and it destroys. So that way we can always be throwing 3 on the scene. Now, there is something else, but before we get into that, let's just set up this real quick. We're also, when it turns right faster, there might be a chance that we actually jump into it. And so we do want to also be able to destroy it in this state as well, if we happen to.
Ah. That makes sense. So, need to set this as the default action again. So if it touches us, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so that works.
To hit it. I don't think it's necessary to have a link from throw right per se, because you're waiting 0.25 seconds, and that will give it enough time to get out of the player range so that it doesn't destroy while it's starting the arc. So I feel like about right this time is when you can start detecting to destroy. The one thing I want to make sure, and I didn't do this, is in the basic settings, I want to click none. I want to make sure that
None for what? Critical attacks?
there's no critical attack. If you're ever wondering why multiple hits are taking effect, it could be critical attack selected. I don't need any of this invincibility stuff, and I'm just going to go back and change this actually for my other bullets, and then make sure that we select none on the restore condition. That way when you transfer scenes and come back, your bullets don't all spawn again.
I missed something here.
Back and change this actually for my other bullets.
Oh, I get it.
And then make sure that we select none on the restore condition. That way when
Yeah.
when you transfer scenes and come back, your bullets don't all spawn again. It's a very common thing to have happen and miss. Okay, now there is one more thing that we need to do, and again, we're focusing on right. Once we get the right logic working, we'll...
All right, hold up. New song, Sea of Stars.
just throw it in on the left side. And that is this. So we can see that I can throw and it arcs like that. But if I was to jump and throw it, and then I continue running under it, or sorry, it's not set up for the left yet. So let me just do the right only. So if I jump throw it and run under it, you can see that it took a long time before it actually decided to come back. It actually completed the movement that we wanted it to. Well, it kind of looks sharp and a little, it doesn't look as smooth as it could be. So let's clean that up a little bit.
Okay.
And in order to do that, we're actually going to create another field of vision. We're going to call this the y-axis. And
Another field of vision.
we're going to basically stretch out this y, maybe 400% here. And we're going to bring it in really short. Let's say to the 4 dot.
400y 4 distance.
Let's see how this looks when we preview it. Oh, that's right. I needed to keep it the dot size right, but I just needed to bring in the scale. That's what it is. So we'll bring the scale into 2.
Okay, you
So
better be right.
Up it by 400%, but the X width is going to be by 2 is only going to be 2%. There we go. So, and even the 400%
Yeah.
is a little high. So maybe we could get away with 200%. Let's just see. We only need it to actually just be on the screen. So I think 300%, and I will be happy with that. Yeah. So you can see that there's a field of vision that basically follows it, and it's its y-axis basically. And so what we're going to do is we're going to say that we want to return to the player after this much time. And we'll add another condition of, or if we discover in our new y-axis the player object. All right, so both of those.
Hold on.
Time. Then we'll add another condition of or if we discover in our new y-axis the player object.
Actually, Bill. Oops. Okay. I have not saved this project in a while. There we go. Alright, so let me see what that looks like. Yeah. They're still just spinning on the left side. Oh, that's why. I need to check that FOV again. Okay, weird. Okay, this is odd.
All right, so both of those, oh, and we got to make sure it's an or. So either that amount of time passes or we hit that y-axis, because that meant that we went either above it or under it. And so now let's test this out on this right facing, and let's see how this looks now. So if we throw it and I go under it, it comes right back to me.
This is very odd. Hmm.
And so now let's test this out on this right facing, and let's see how this looks now. So if we throw it and I go under it, it comes right back.
Let me see something. Okay, so that works. Destroy range actually works. $128. What does the blue ball do, CJ? All right, well, Caramel, thank you so much for being here and have a great rest of your night. Hopefully I catch you on tomorrow's stream. What's the blue ball do, CJ? The blue ball was just, it was the boomerang. It was just me testing to see if field of vision actually works on this thing. So, like, on this one it does, but on this one it's not applying and not showing up. Okay, so I can turn off apply selected color on that. They're both the same. I set it like that. I don't know why it doesn't want to work like this. Hmm. I don't know why it doesn't want to work the way it's showing on his. Sadly, I may just have to leave it.
To me. And it looks a lot smoother. Now the one thing I forgot to do is actually remove its color so that it's a little more natural looking. Not like a debugger. There we go. And it looks really good. Alright, so that is basically the logic. So now we just got to throw in the left side here.
I already did that.
Turn left faster. And we can just leave all these settings the same. We can grab this link, copy paste it. Grab this link, copy paste it. The only thing different that we got to do is over here, we can grab these two runtime actions, paste them in here, make sure we give our initial turn speed and vertical movement here. Now instead of arcing to the left, we want to arc it over here. So, or instead of arcing to the right, we want it to arc to the left 30 degrees, and that's going to be 330, because 360 minus 30 would be 330. And then we still want to move forward, but instead of turning right, which would basically defeat what we're trying to do. We want it to turn left. And so this should now return the same results.
Okay.
I'll just make sure that this one gets slapped on right here. And we can playtest. We got right throw, left throw. We throw left. Let's see here. Throw left, go under it. It snaps back. There we go. And if we throw right, go under it, it comes back. All right, so everything is working really good. The one last thing that we could do, and there's really actually a couple things to do still. One's in this player gun object, but in the animations here, we can actually have this one. See, this one rotates right? It rotates to the right. So that makes sense if we're throwing it to the right. So maybe we actually do need to differentiate the directions. So I'm going to make another one. I'm going to call this 4, and it's going to be left.
Okay, that makes sense. Rotating L. Hang on, L, I need to set it -360. Oh yeah. Then I get the feeling. Did I set this to repeat? Yes, I did. Okay, let me see if that actually did anything. Oh yeah. It's moving in the right direction now. Perfect. Excuse me.
And instead of rotating to 360 degrees, it's going to rotate -360 degrees.
Yep.
So now it's going to rotate.
That's exactly what I figured out.
And so then we'll go to objects, or the boomerang, and we'll say we want you to seek left, and then we want you to seek right. And these ones are going to be takeover motion. So usually with takeover motion, I say don't set takeover motion. That way I know it's a takeover motion.
Oh.
Sometimes it is nice to know what the motion is. So it just depends. In this case, I like to know that really this doesn't even need to be set, but I'll just keep it here. Then it's going to decide, do I play the left motion or do I play the right motion? Motion, and then this one doesn't set. So let's play test.
That makes
and
sense.
You can see that it rotates right, and then it rotates left. All right, so that looks pretty good. Now the last thing to fix is in the player gun object, and basically what's happening is that yes, we can only have, we go to our boomerang settings here, we can only have 3 on the scene. We've limited it that way, but what we haven't limited it is the throwing. So for instance, let's just view this for a second, and I'm going to press X as fast as I can, basically to throw. And you'll notice that I'll throw 3 boomerangs, but then I'm still trying to throw. So just watch. So you can see that I'm still trying to throw, even though I ain't throwing anything. So we need to fix that. And it's very simple. We just have to add another check. And that check is going to be a variable. And we're going to check
It's in here.
is going to be a variable, and we're going to check based on the boomerang variable. And it doesn't matter if it's single or all, because all of them have the same variable value for this particular variable. And whoops, it's not object ID. We're actually just going to scroll all the way down, and it's going to be number of same instances placed in the scene. Right? So this is shared between all instances, and it just shows you how many of this object there are on the scene. And so we just want to make sure that it's less than 3, because if we have 3 on the scene, then we can't throw anymore. So as long as we have this check in there, and then we say change if all conditions are met, we can now
Ah, I see. There. The more rapid I press this, yeah, it's not changing my animation. Perfect. So I'm going to set the same condition. Is let me see. Number of same instances less than 3. Okay, so let me double check the bomb. Okay. So I'm going to continue, but I actually do need a bathroom break, so I will be right back. Please do not go anywhere. Okay, everybody, I'm back, so sorry about that. I just happened to look in chat. Essie Jolly, are those bathtubs with shower heads?
Throw, and then you'll see that I can't throw anymore until I get another one back. So that's how we can limit that. So yeah, that is setting up another weapon. This was a boomerang. We used tank movement. We did a little more with the animation set change. And we did some, I don't know, just some cool stuff. So I hope this video was helpful. On the next one, we're actually going to create the weapon switcher. So we're actually going to make it where in our scene, if you press R1 or L1, it will switch between these two weapons. And you can kind of better see how this could grow and be very easy to maintain and expand. And so with that said, I'll see you at the next video.
Okay, so I will load this up for next time. Why don't I try taking a stab at doing this myself? It might be particularly bad, but... add action, basic state, boomerang state, bomb state. Okay, so state check. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this is going to involve setting an ID of like 0 or something. Is there like an assign value function? Attack settings, fire bullet, destroy object, no. No, that's not quite it. Uh, I don't think this is what I'm looking for. Well, you know what? I did quite a bit. I think I can just actually get rid of these. So set as default action. Let me just double check and see that everything still works. You know, the more I look at that, the more I realize I think I need to shorten. Yeah, that should work. Yeah. So that definitely still works. Set that as the default action. Yeah. Okay, so that still works as intended. Wait, I need to double check and see if it works on the other side too. Yep. Set the bomb as the default action. There. Yeah. So I think this is actually as good a place as any to stop. I do gotta wonder about some things like, the limited tile set I've received here. Oh, you know what? change name, BG, change name, FG. So now, if I wanted to make some adjustments in the background, if I wanted to, like, I'd have to find a decent image to parallax, I guess, but, actually, this is the wrong window. Here we go. City background parallax. Wait, holy shit, why is this perfect? Okay, let me save that. City background parallax in pictures. So then resources, add image, under pictures, there you are, city background parallax. Okay. Fine. Okay, under scenes. Wonder if that did anything. Not quite. Oh. That's what I had to do. Is it too big for the scene? Is that the problem here? Either way, we have something. Essie Jolly, if you're still out there, we have a background now. I know you were talking about that with me before. Oh, wait, that's perfect. There. There, we have a now perfectly parallaxing background. Very nice, thank you. And now that I'm thinking about it, I have some really good ideas for like sound effects for the like for all of the weapons. Just need to come back in here, set that as my default action again. Ah. Is there a break in the scene? This is very odd, but okay. I don't think there's much I can do about that. Or is there? Okay, let's see if that looks any better. Oh, you know what? That actually does look loads better. Now there's not a weird black bar at the very bottom of everything. Pretty good. Well, either way, I think this is going to be where I go ahead and end game development for the night. So that's going to be it for the stream, everybody. Thank you all so much for tuning in. If you liked what you saw, please consider liking, commenting, subscribing, and ringing the bell to get notified every time I upload and go live. Thank you all so much for tuning into my other videos and my shorts. That really means a lot to me. I've already got more coming. Stay tuned for... Oh, and if you watched the Daemon X Machina Titanic Scion video that I did for its demo, if you liked it, thank you. I do have another video coming that is also a good representation of keeping it relevant for the purposes of like everything that's been going on. Good night, CJ. Thanks for the fun stream. SC Jolly, thank you so much for being here. I will catch you on the next one. Have a good night. And speaking of the next one, I'm going to be playing Super Mario Odyssey again tomorrow. It's going to be part 2 of that playthrough. So tune in if you're interested. I will see you there. With all that being said, thanks for hanging out with me and chatting with me as I went along. You guys have been a fun audience. Once again, this has been Pause and Effect on Air. I've been your host, CJ, and I will see you tomorrow for Mario. Have a good night.